friends, it's Nancy, and this is part 3 of Tuesday, Take Out the Trash. So far in parts 1 and 2, we created this tag, these 2 journaling cards, and these 6 altered paper clips. So I thought, yeah, there's more I can do here. So I've got these chunks of card that have collage on them. And what I like to do with those is add some acetate so I can tuck little pieces of ephemera in there. So that's what I'm going to do. And I also have this, I chucked this into my collage bin. It's a recipe card, but on the back it's got Hail Mary in French, except it doesn't have the last few words. Okay, so I'm just going to roughly cut a few bits and pieces, and then I'm going to stitch them on. And then once the acetate is stitched on, then I can just trim it. Got more than I thought I did. Not quite big enough. Let's see if I got something a little bigger. Kind of vellum-y, not really acetate-y. I wonder what I was thinking there. Okay. This one I want to cover the back, but I don't think I have any paper that's big enough to cover the back. Yeah. No, everything's just a little too narrow. Well, I think maybe I will hold off on that one until I have paper. Oh, wait a second. This is a big piece. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. All right, I'm going to switch out my thread, and I'm going to stitch these pieces of acetate to these little cards. And I'm going to stitch a big chunk of acetate to this card. Okay. So I will be back in just a minute. Okay, I have them all sewn. I'll just show you how I assemble this last one. So I'm going to knot off the thread. And the reason I haven't trimmed the acetate to size is because it tends to slip around. So I would prefer just to let it do its slip sliding thing, and then once it's fastened down securely, then I can just trim. And I'll just go counterclockwise around the stitching on the back of the little card. Okay, so in this one, I actually got a mass card from 1961, and I used this little 5/8 inch hole punch to do a half a circle thumb hole there, and I'm just going to pop her in there. I think that's kind of pretty. These ones are all done. This as well, I've got a little half circle. Now let's pop some ephemera in there. I bet you I've got some little things in here I could use. Oh, there's a little picture of baby. And there's a little puppy dog, and got this little ticket. I'm just going to trim off some of the extra. That's too big. Okay. Pop that in there. I'll switch that out. Put that little seal in there. What else have I got in here? And take all of these paper clips out. I don't need those. Oop, dropped a tag. All right. So I would usually stick stamps in these, or little pieces of ephemera. So I would consider these incomplete right now, as I don't have anything else in here that I can add to them. but I would consider these ones complete. Okay. Now, okay, now I have, I've got this paper. I think I'm largely done with this paper. Oh, I had peeled these two off. Or sorry, I'd trimmed that off. Well, maybe I'm not done yet. So these I'll add those and leave those. Okay, so for these, I am going to tear them up and make a collage page. Just went out for a little ride I had to go get those fasteners for that farmhouse journal I did the flip through for on Tuesday. Today is still Tuesday. I'm still filming my toss out the trash, throw out the trash Tuesday in 3 parts. Streets are fairly quiet, even though it's the 28th of December. So we just went for a little ride, gassed up Doug's car and grabbed a coffee and sang with the radio. We're just singing a bunch, I'm telling you. While we were out, he said, "Is there something we should be picking up for dinner?" I said, "Oh, I'm so sick of food." Anybody else sick of food? Okay, I'm just going to carry on tearing these and then I will be back. Okay, I have some papers all torn up. This is an empty package from my Christmas lasagna. So in order to stop this from being bent, I'm just going to press with my little folder thing that comes with We Are Memory Keepers tools, and press that out so that you don't see it, and then turn it over. Okay, so what I thought I'd like to do is make a cover. This is going to be too big, so let's chop her down. So I'm thinking 6 by 9. And 9. Okay, so I want to keep the window uncovered, but it's got this roundy bit here. So I'm just going to sort of tear a roundy bit. There we go. And now I'll just randomly choose papers. And just overlap the window a smidge. Gonna go that way, and I do intend to collage the back side as well, so I'm just going to flip that over and glue that down there. So these are going to be folded, so I want to make sure I got enough room there to fold. So I think you see how this is going. Let me just carry on with the process, and then I'll come back and show you the next steps. Let me just check in quick. So I've got this side all covered and made sure there was enough room there to make this fold, but on the inside I will avoid putting any paper on that bend, so I'm actually cutting a straight line so that there won't be any bulk in there, and it'll fold more easily. So that's all I wanted to show you. Okay, so we've got it all covered front and back, and now I'm just going to go over it with a little bit of ink in order to darken up any white edges. As soon as I find what I need. Sorry, I know this shakes the camera. I'm gonna have to come up with a new setup. Okay, let me continue inking so I don't give you any more seasickness. Okay, so this is all inked and all collaged, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I was thinking part of this paper pack, it had some larger images that maybe I could fussy cut something to lay over there, and maybe make maybe make this into an ephemera folder, or I could fold a couple of pages and make a small notebook, or I could put a couple of more scores in here to make a wider spine and make an even bigger, thicker notebook. I'd have to shorten the front, of course. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet, but I've used up my scraps. So, what did we do today? We made some stuff. Yeah, so we made this journal cover and these little, this card and these little ephemera holders, and I put some ephemera in these ones. So I'm pretty happy with all of the projects that I've made and the dent that I made in my scraps. I feel like I can probably toss the rest and not feel guilty about it. So thanks so much for joining me for part 3. Oh, even that looks cute there, doesn't it? Thanks for joining me for part 3, and we'll see you again next Tuesday. But in the meantime, I think I will be starting on some new journals. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.